Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 2nd through May 8th, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take with you whatever resonates and leave behind whatever does not. To get a deeper view into your week, be sure to check out your readings for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. In this first column, we're going to be taking a look at lessons that you've been learning. You have abundance. Enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. In this middle column, we are looking at what you don't see coming this week. We have black walnut, discernment, self-worth. And here in this last column, this is a message from your guides and guardians, advice on how to proceed. You have adrift in shallow water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. So we're going to go ahead and lay out some tarot cards for context, and then we'll go through the meanings and some clarifications. So with this abundance card, it could indicate that you have recently been thinking that you can't get something, or looking at a goal through what isn't yet in your possession, or what you have not yet accomplished, which are limiting mindsets. So with this abundance, this lesson here, it's really to have you recognize that that there is everything at your disposal, and there's a lot in life for you to kind of be happy about, and that really whatever it is that you put out into the universe in terms of being happy and feeling grateful, that abundance and blessings are coming to you when you have that kind of positive attitude and looking at what you do have and how you can, help raise up everyone in this situation. So let's get some cards here. You have the Seven of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Pentacles. So I'll go through and clarify once I lay all these out. With the black walnut, discernment, self-worth, it's basically kind of, recognizing what paths are for you. You can see here these branches, they're like kind of crooked branches, and that life kind of really can take unexpected turns, and needing to recognize your own value and your own path, and how to go about making your way when there's, new obstacles that might pop up. So you have Three of Pentacles, the Empress, and Nine of Wands. And the advice from your guides and guardians, the adrift in shallow water. This notice the small things and appreciate them is also a card of recognizing, being aware of what's around you, and having gratitude, similar to this kind of the abundance card as well. You have the Chariot, Page of Swords, and the King of Wands. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to be putting more cards out here, so I make sure I have room. So with this life this lesson, this life lesson that you're learning here of abundance. With the Six of Pentacles, it's really about balance and harmony, recognizing wants and needs. If you're in a place where you are in need, um, then definitely ask people for help. If you are in a position to help others, then definitely, if they need help, then that's something that offering it is, it's kind of a sense of there will always be a supply of enough going around. So, kind of, if someone needs it, then kind of, and you have it, definitely kind of give so that sense of abundance keeps flowing. Um, and it's also a sense of recognizing your own wants and your own needs as well. Um, if you are kind of wanting something and it's not that you need it, but you want it for, I don't know, your ego, for status, something along those lines. Um, Kind of seeing if it's really worth pursuing, if it's worth being, upset at yourself or others or whatever the situation is. Um, then kind of, if something is not needed and you just want it, um, then perhaps like put that to the side if it's not working out, or you know, don't make it more important that than it is if it's something that you want versus what you need. With the Hanged Man, it's a sense of suspension, slowing down, where here this is even telling you like, you know, being adrift in shallow water, taking deep breaths, reconnecting with inner peace. It's almost as if it's kind of a stop, pause, and really look at things from a different perspective. The Hanged Man here is gaining a new sense of perspective, a higher knowledge than they had before. Um, it is also a sense of like facing their own ego and facing what it is that, drives them. Um, and if that's, again, based on wants or needs, and it's also preparing to release whatever isn't for your best and highest good. It's almost like, um, this is the 12th major arcana card. The next card is the Death card, which is about loss and transformation and, you know, release of whatever isn't serving you. And the Hangman is kind of in that contemplation of looking and assessing what it is that they need to potentially release. It's like a preparation stage, and really taking the time to assess and appreciate things that maybe they haven't appreciated before, or they appreciate them in different ways. And the Seven of Wands here is about an inner conviction and standing up for what you believe in. So let's take a look at this Six of Pentacles. You have the Eight of Swords, and this is this is a limiting mindset of not being able to accomplish something, not able to achieve something because of, you don't have the power. Other people have the power. Other people have um, more ability. Whatever it is, this is a certain kind of self-talk and self-limitation where you really, it's difficult to get out of this mindset once you're in it. So take time to slowly recognize, like, what is it that each of these eight swords might represent. Perhaps look at, if you really don't have power in a situation. Why would that be? How can you get power back? And slowly, you can take off the blindfold and recognize that what's blocking you is just your your way of looking at a situation and the perspective of what you have and what you need. Again, the hangman allows you to take some time to see a different perspective. So let's look at this hangman. You have the King of Cups. And this is about really, this could be for some of you a parent figure, or also a partner, or a partner that you're hoping for. However it is, it's like your what's the word? It's an energy of an individual that is stable, is steady, doesn't easily get frazzled. They're supportive, they're compassionate, um, they're, help you when you're in need, and they also, help to protect those that they care about. Um, so here in the hangman, this could be for some of you the way that, a different perspective of seeing your situation. For others, it could be that you are wanting someone like this in your life to, um, you know, give you what you think you need. So for different people, it's going to mean different things. But here, if you are um, feeling that you want to have a certain type of person coming into your life for a romantic relationship versus, a need for you to feel emotionally stable in yourself, that's something that is going to, you know, in a situation where you're not really finding these people coming into your life, it's something for you to ponder as to, well, how do I feel about myself? Am I going to be able to give this to, this type of energy to someone else if, you know, if they need it? So it's kind of looking again at your wants and needs from a different perspective. So let's look at the Seven of Wands. You have the Ace of Wands. This is like a sense of spark of life, innovation, movement. Um, so here in this, what you've been learning is really recognizing your ability to manifest what you want into reality, um, by kind of stepping out of a limited mindset and really seeing the qualities that you have in yourself that you want in someone else, and trying to like hone in on those things, um, so that you can use this, law of attraction, this like attracting like, trying to be that type of person that you want to come into your life, and really, having an understanding of what it is that you desire, and kind of a new direction even. So this is, the life lesson that you're learning. It might feel that things are going a little slow and stagnant, but there are a lot of opportunities for you to reflect on your perspective of things and come to understand what your beliefs are, um, and how those beliefs, shifting your perspective on them, can really change the whole game of, the way you're going forward. So here in this, what you don't see coming, this discernment, self-worth. The Empress card is being the abundance. Here, the lesson you're learning is about abundance. The Empress is all about abundance, about creating whatever it is you need, um, nurturing an idea, a desire, being in touch with your own desires, uh, being able to create and provide whatever is needed, and really being a source of everything that you could want. And with the Three of Pentacles, it is about showcasing your talents and skills, but also in conjunction with other people's talents and skills, like working together to create something new. And with the Nine of Wands, it's a sense of putting in a lot of energy into something and feeling worn out, but still, stepping up to defend or protect whatever needs to be protected. So here with this, the, what you don't see coming could be your ability to recognize the abundance of yourself and how you can, you have talents and you're helping to show others that they have talents. And really this kind of burning out, feeling like you need to like catch up with other people, that you need to put in a lot more than others. Perhaps this is something that you can work through this week. So let's look at the Empress card. You have this Six of Swords, which is about healing and transitions and moving forward to from something that's a little unstable to something that is more smoother and calmer. For some of you, this could be an actual move. For others, this could just be just your change in mindset. Perhaps instead of the Eight of Swords, you start looking at the reality of the swords that you think are preventing you from advancing, and they're slowly kind of dissolving away. So you have the Six of Pentacles here, and you have the Six of Swords. Sixes are about balance and harmony. And so here it's a focus on the material stuff. And in this area of the black walnut, it's a focus on the mental process. So when I look at this card, there's definitely a connection with thinking of, the brain, and maybe like this is like the nerves or that go into your brain. And so here discernment is really recognizing like what you need versus what you don't need, and kind of digging through that. So here it's recognizing your self-worth, and your journey is your own journey. It's separate from other people. And here you are kind of advancing. You're able to get some balance and harmony with respect to learning this lesson of abundance. So let's look at the Nine of Wands, actually. You have the Knight of Cups. So here it could be that when it comes to offers of love, potential for love, that you might think that you have been putting so much effort into finding love that when it comes your way, you're worn out, or you're thinking you're not in the best state. You weren't expecting it to come this way. You're not necessarily prepared for it, but you have to step up for it. But really, it's kind of as if this pursuit is not something that is like regenerating or refreshing for you. It's almost as if it is, if you're looking for love, that it's really wearing you down, um, and possibly, you feel like you have to defend your position in life, um, defend who you are. Perhaps it has to do with not recognizing you are in this state of abundance. So it could be that you are you're kind of in a situation where even if someone were to offer something to you, you're not seeing yourself as maybe worthy of it, or you're not open to it. So you might not see it really, really coming. And this is interesting. It says, notice the small things and appreciate them. So let's look at the Three of Pentacles here. You have the Knight of Swords. And this is a real like fast moving energy. And it's wanting to do the right thing. It might be that the information that is had by the Knight of Swords is not all the information, because the Knight of Swords is moving so quickly, but it's a sense of just being grounded and making sure that you have a moment to get grounded before, uh, pursuing whatever course of action is pursued. So for some of you, it might be that there is a situation where you have, it could be that you have two suitors, and perhaps this, Knight of Swords individual is really kind of coming in and making you think certain things about yourself, that almost as if there's this idea that you do need others to help you shine. I mean, typically everyone needs support to some degree, but it's almost as if the Knight of Swords might be kind of putting things into your mind where you're not enough on your own. And there's a Knight of Cups there that is a potential, but you could be so worn out by trying to figure out, yourself, your wants, your needs, that you might not be open to it. But the thing that really will kind of keep you centered is this understanding that you can really tap into this Empress energy and let go of things that aren't for your best and highest good. You might not really be established on either shore, but you're healing, and it's more of a process. So it's to me it's definitely, this reading so far is kind of recognize your own self-worth, and not focus on other people giving you your value. It's like you have to recognize your own value first. And It's kind of like this, the lesson, and it's going to be kind of tested this week. And it could be that the answer is you really don't choose either suitor, or you don't, you don't focus either way. You just focus on healing. For others, this could be a situation where you need to focus on work versus your social life, or your love life. And ultimately, at the end of it, you have to choose yourself. So let's look at what ultimately, I guess, let's look at what your guides and guardians say. Adrift in shallow water, take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. So it's really a sense of you need to recognize that you are enough, and that your self-worth, that you have everything that you need within you. Is that a little bug? Sorry, a little bug. And that really this is going to help you deal with some limiting beliefs, and you might need to kind of not pursue certain, you don't have to have the greatest idea. You don't have to have like the greatest love story. You just need to recognize that you are enough. So with the Chariot, Page of Swords, and King of Wands, these are very much advancing, like fast moving, fast thinking energies. This, I guess, the slowest moving one would be the Page of Swords, which is more trying to gain information, is curious about what's around them and what's there. So let's take a look at the Page of Swords. You have the Magician. So here, just reconnecting to who you are and letting things flow, noticing who you are, noticing what's around you, you're going to be able to recognize your skills, your talents, your ability to manifest whatever it is you want into reality. You have to start off by being able to communicate with yourself about what's at your disposal. So that does require time to be aware of what you have, what's around you, and recognizing the importance of them. Let's take a look at the Chariot, which is about a sense of will and like moving forward, advancing, overcoming obstacles. It's interesting. The Chariot and the Magician, they both have this concept of will. The Magician, their will is to be able to recognize what they want, be aware of their surroundings, and what is not only for their best and highest good, but for those around them. So they have that will to focus and have awareness and communicate. The will for the Chariot, it's the will to overcome obstacles, and advance towards a certain goal, but you have to answer the question of what's the goal, and it's almost as if the Magician knows those things. So let's look at this Chariot here. You have the Queen of Wands, and here's the King of Wands. So for some of you, it could be that if you're able to kind of do some abundance and healing here and kind of just going with the flow and be at peace with who you are and recognizing your worth and your value, it's as if that you know, you are going to have placed in your path, um, almost like a chance encounter, uh, where you get to step into this Queen of Wands power. So with this King of Wands, um, you can step into this power too, and it could be that you're going to have a Queen of Wands that come into your path. Either way, you have the King of Wands and Queen of Wands energy, which is um, a real like fiery, passionate energy. There's loyalty there. There is a drive. So, but I do think it is centered around you being more curious about your surroundings and not trying to really focus on what you need, but just focus on what's around you and you know, what you have. So let's look at the King of Wands. You have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, I'm thinking that this has to do with really you're going to get what it is you'd want, but you first need to be the things that you want and recognize that you have everything you need. And possibly, uh, recognize that some opportunities aren't supposed to work out because they're not for you, or that you need to focus on choose yourself more so than the options available to you. And if you just kind of like get in touch with who you are, your sensuality, your senses, um, nurturing your body, your mind, your spirit, being curious about your surroundings, appreciating, what's around you, what's at your disposal, you're going to be able to um, have in your path either you're the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands, or you're going to meet the Queen of Wands, or you're going to meet the King of Wands. But either way, it's setting you up for really creating whatever it is that you want, having that connection with, who is right for you, and kind of this like spark of, knowing who you are. It really leads to this almost chance encounter that your guides and guardians are saying it's going to come your way. And also with this Chariot, it's the white and black colors represent kind of opposing energies that you need to have, your will control them and get them to work together to create what it is you want. So even if you aren't meeting, if you're not the Queen of Wands or if you aren't the King of Wands, and it's just the energy that you have, um, either way, it's going to result in this new opportunity of love and abundance for whatever it is that you're seeking. But basically, it seems like you are going to ultimately have a lot of choice and options, and it's going to be something that you want to uh, pursue, and it's going to be something that you're passionate about. But that passion first starts with recognizing, um, you know, aspects of yourself that are limiting your viewpoint, recognizing your self worth, your abundance that you have already, and healing whatever it is that is kind of has made it seem like you don't have enough, to a point where you're going to have so many options for you. So I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of your week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.